a little something crazy, a little something out of the norm. So Jerry and I are dressing the parts tonight for our teaching. This is my Quidditch shirt. I hope everybody else has a Quidditch shirt. I'm curious how many people are Harry Potter fans, and what your story is with that. I'm going to get the tech set up to stream this in. Oh, hey!
Oh, Gryffindor in the house.
We may be Gryffindor fans. We even have a very special treat tonight from Hogsmeade itself. I'll unveil that in a second. Let me go ahead and get this started here in our group so that more people can be part of tonight's class. Really, really awesome. Thanks for joining. Kirsten from Idaho, Renee from Phoenix, Molly, I think from New Mexico. Molly, did you get chatted in there? So fun. Gail from Indiana, glad to have you, Gail. You might hear a little bit of stuffiness in my nose. The wind here yesterday just about tore up my allergies, so I've got water and Kleenex next to me while we get this party started. Let's see, brews and potions. Awesome. Join us live for boys. All right. Make sure we can get it set up in our Zoom room. We'll be all set and ready to go. Fingers crossed. Awesome. Okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started. Hi, John. Glad to have you here. So for those of you who don't know, my obsession, I guess, with Harry Potter started when I read the first book in 1990. Let's see, I first read the first book when we were on a vacation together as a family in 1998, I think. We traveled to, I think that was the year that we traveled to Germany, and oh, maybe it was 2000. It must have been the year 2000. Traveled to Germany in the year 2000. There was a really boring presentation going on in the tour bus, and so I engrossed myself in the first 3 Harry Potter novels after picking them up at a German bookstore in English. I didn't read them in German. And I absolutely fell in love with just the creative writing of J.K. Rowling. Hold on just a second. Sorry, drippy nose syndrome. Welcome to allergy season here. In the wizardly world of Harry Potter. So after that, I made it my goal to find Harry Potter books all over the world. Well, the set of Harry Potter books that I wanted because of the differences in the translation. I know it's all in English, right? She's a British writer, but the OUR spelling was really cool to watch. So I started reading the books in 2000, brought my kids up reading them. We went to Harry Potter and the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios a couple of Christmases ago, and my son spent all of his money on casting spells and picking out his own wand when we were there in Hogsmeade. So this is his special wand. I called him tonight and I said, where's that boxed wand that we spent way too much money on? And he didn't know, but I had already dug in his closet and found it. And I think there's some special way that it actually lights up, but apparently you have to be the owner to make that happen because it is not reading my fingerprints right now. No, it's not that fancy, but let's just have a little fun with this tonight. We are going to talk about essential oils from a Harry Potter-esque viewpoint. Really excited to brew up some recipes with essential oils. Jerry is preparing the next part of our class, which will be all about using essential oils, Vitality essential oils in your brews. I love it. Namaste at Hogwarts. Thanks, Chris. Now I don't feel alone in my little costume getup. Yay! Super cute. Super cute. I had to find something to cover my hair tonight too, because it was hat day, and I was like, I think we're gonna have to go with the sock hat for tonight. So every wizard knows, let's go ahead and get started. Every wizard knows that quality ingredients matter when it comes to potions and brews. There are many essential oils companies out there, and what sets Young Living apart from all of them is our seed to seal promise. It's the reason we chose them 14, 15 years ago now, and that we trust them with our family. Young Living owns its own farms. Young Living won't plant on soil that has been in any contact with chemicals in the last 50 years. Young Living picks the absolute best seed from strong, thriving plants. Young Living hand weeds and uses its own oils on plants for weed and pest control to avoid harmful chemicals. Young Living harvests at peak times to make sure you get the highest quality essential oil. Young Living distills on site at a proper temperature, which allows the oil to maintain the highest amount of their naturally occurring constituents as possible without the harsh use of chemicals. And Young Living tests every batch multiple times and in multiple ways throughout the process with state-of-the-art equipment and on-staff scientists. Now, if you're looking for reasons to trust Young Living, you need look no further than probably the person who recommended you to this class tonight, because many of us have firsthand experience of using our essential oils, as well as using, visiting the farms where the plants are grown, and even sometimes the distillation process, overseeing that at certain farms, and not only that, but seeing the testing, bottling, and the shipping department as well. If you've traveled the I-15 north to Utah from here in Phoenix, you will have passed the Young Living Family Farm in Mona, Utah. It's just a short 8-hour drive from Phoenix. So I highly suggest next time you're in the area, make that part of your travels as well. Also important to note, if you are brand new, refer to the person who invited you to the class tonight for more details. We will give some information to help get you started, but the person who invited you is your best source for referrals and recommendations that will meet your needs in particular. Young Living oils are the best of the best. There are a few safety tips that I want to share with you. Let me go ahead and pop this presentation up so you can follow along. There are going to be some potions in just a little bit for you to write down. So let's go ahead and look at this as a slideshow so then you can view it for safety and usage. Oh wait, we already did quality ingredients. Some oils are hot, so dilute with a carrier oil. You can simply use coconut oil or olive oil. Young Living does carry a V6 complex when using on children, if you have sensitive skin, or anytime you experience some sort of discomfort on your skin. Do not drip essential oils into your ear canal or directly into your eyes. If you do get oil in your eyes, stay calm and apply a carrier oil, like that olive oil or coconut oil, to the affected area. Do not use water. That will actually intensify it. And when in doubt, dilute and apply to the bottoms of your feet. Citrus oils can cause your skin to be more sensitive to UV rays. So if you're going to apply citrus oils neat without dilution, make sure you're going where it's kind of cloudy or the sun won't shine directly on them. Also, we're going to talk tonight about using vitality oils in your beverages. So I want to again remind you, it's really, really important that you use glass or stainless steel receptacles to put your oils into. Citrus oils can break down plastic, and nobody wants to drink plastic as it's coming off of itself, right? So these are 3 ways that you can use them. Topically, just putting a couple drops directly on your skin and rubbing it in. There's really no need to be precise. The recipes even I'm going to give you tonight are general ideas. You can give as many or as little as you would like and what serves in your body the best. You can also use the essential oils aromatically, meaning putting them in a diffuser, which if I turn my camera this way, you can see one of my diffusers popping over there. And so that is one way that you can use it in a diffuser, or from diffuser jewelry, your hands, or just directly from the bottle. So like right now, I'm desperately looking for lavender essential oil. So I'm going to use this because that'll help stop my nose a little bit. Thank you. I'm just going to rub it right on topically. Breathe it in aromatically, help my body sort of assimilate whatever's causing my nose to run right now. Add a little Thieves spray. Since you see me wiping my nose, I want you to know I'm also very safe when it comes to wiping my nose and then touching other surfaces in my home. Okay. The other thing you can do is use essential oils internally. Young Living has a special line of oils that are safe to ingest, and they label them as you saw in this bottle here, Vitality. This is what we'll be specifically looking at later when we're talking about putting oils into your beverages. You can also, something I've done for the last 10 years or so, is just take them internally like that, right underneath my tongue. That's lavender essential oil. And I can just swallow a little water to go down with it to help give my body a little reprieve from whatever is going on with it today. All right, so you ready for some recipes? For every spray we're gonna talk about in the next few slides, you can grab a 4-ounce glass spray bottle. This one happens to be plastic. Because we're not using a ton of essential oils, we're using mostly water. Plastic is okay in a pinch, but you could also use glass spray bottles. Ooh, I'll show you by demonstration. Hold on. I realize I have one right here at the front door. That's a 4-ouncer and everything.
I just wanted to say hi. Hi.
They're in my ear. Okay, so 4-ounce glass spray bottle. This one is Holiday in a Bottle. It has Young Living Thieves and orange in it, but I'll give you some other recipes in a second. But you're gonna fill it up with distilled water, or regular filtered water is okay too. 2 tablespoons of witch hazel. I usually do a little bit less than that. Write this down because when you go back to do these recipes later, this is kind of the base that you want for most of your room sprays. And then you're gonna add about 15 to 30 drops of essential oils depending on the size of your bottle. Like I said, this one is probably a 2-ounce plastic. You wouldn't use I probably only use about 9 to 10 to 12 drops in here, so I'm not super concerned about the plastic getting broken down by the oils. But in the glass one, where I'm putting a lot more oils in, I want to have it protected, so I use glass. Now, the reason you start to make your own room sprays is because you can eliminate harmful chemicals found in commercial room and fabric sprays. Some of the chemicals like BHT, propylene glycol, linalool, and benzaldehyde, just to name a few, have been found to be neurotoxins, endocrine disruptors, and irritators of the eyes, skin, and lungs. And you guys, again, I will tell you, I had a friend today tell about her very scary journey with breast cancer, and one of the statistics she named was that 80% of women with breast cancer typically is caused by toxic chemicals in our environment, okay? So the more we can really pay attention to the ingredients that we're using, especially as women, to keep ourselves healthy and keep our neighbors healthy, the better. You can do a quick Google search on the dangers of chemicals, the dangers of these chemicals in commercial room sprays in general. And so Young Living essential oils and our room sprays are a charming alternative and can be used in any area of your life. But before we jump into the potions and brews, take heed of this wizardly tip. Always keep Copaiba on hand. It has the power to enhance and magnify the effects of another essential oil. So definitely keep that in mind. And like I said, get ready to screen. Oh, speaking of Copaiba, thank you, Jerry. Let's go ahead, Vitality. Oh, we'll just knock that one down while we're at it, okay? A little lavender, a little Copaiba. So far, so good. All right. First-hand demonstrations tonight. Love this. Okay, so Obliviate spray to dispel odors from your home with this House Elf approved spray. All right, the Obliviate spray is to be added to that concoction that I started with, right? 4 ounces of water. 2 tablespoons is probably a little much of witch hazel. Probably a teaspoon or 2 is probably fine, maybe a full tablespoon. Then you're gonna add 10 to 15 drops purification and 5 drops of lemon. When you combine these essential oils, you can spritz this little brew on curtains, carpets, and anything else that could use some freshening up or whenever you need a little magic around, okay? So that one is the Obliviate spray. Next we have, I don't know how to turn to the next one. Let's see. Why did I miss it? Okay, next one is the Accio Fall Spray. Summon this sweet aroma to get in the spirit of the fall season. Remember, Accio is the summon when Harry gets his broom and he says, Accio, and the broom comes to him, all right? So 6 drops cinnamon bark, 5 drops nutmeg, and 10 drops of tangerine or orange in this spray. you could spritz around to attract the season of candy and cauldrons. So I know for us in this house, cinnamon bark, nutmeg, orange, and ginger has been kind of our pumpkin spice latte flavor of the month. That may be something that you want to add as a little ginger to this to just spice it up a little bit. Always shake well before using and spritz around to attract the season of candy and cauldrons. Next, I do want to ask a question. We're going to do some giveaways. We have 11 people on the call tonight. Glad to have you all with us. What was your favorite Halloween candy growing up? I know as we're getting closer, maybe you don't celebrate Halloween. Maybe you have a different fall Halloween treat that you use. Hi, Bennett and Andrea. I see you guys hopping on. Hi, Benny Boo. Look, I have Dawson's wands too. This is very Harry Potter-esque, wouldn't you say? I'm doing pretty good. I even made my own braids for a change. How about that? All right, so in the comments, if you want a chance to win, you're gonna write in the comments, what was your favorite Halloween candy growing up? And if you don't celebrate Halloween, totally cool. What's your favorite fall treat? So go ahead and respond to that while we talk about this next part, which is making your own rollers. Now, I know some of you have already done this and have made lots of cool rollers. This one is actually my Breathe roller. It says Inhale on the side. But basically, I just go on Amazon and I look up glass rollers, and you can get them in multiple sizes. This one happens to be a 10 mil. You can get them in other sizes too. But you're gonna add a base, again, kind of like I described with the room spray. You're going to, base is a liquid carrier oil. So to be really clear, coconut oil by itself is not a liquid carrier oil. Coconut oil has a solid temperature, it's not the right phrase, has a temperature at which it becomes a solid at 73 degrees. So if you live in a place that is warmer than 73 degrees all year long, you could probably get away with coconut oil. But like for us, we've been down to 60 the last couple days, here in the desert. And so we highly recommend fractionated coconut oil, jojoba oil, or like we said earlier, Young Living's V6 oil is another one. You can also use any of our massage oils if they have a base that you particularly like or need, and add these essential oils to them to just enhance the smell of those as well. Making your own potion rollers is not only fun, but it's also a great way to stretch your oils and money to make them last longer. So the Reparo roller to repair, you remember when Hermione used that in the first scene pretty much of Harry Potter? Well, not the first scene, but in the first part of the first Harry Potter, Hermione helps Harry repair his glasses by using the Reparo Oculus, or Oculus Reparo, or something that she says to him, very British-like, because Hermione is that girl. All right, so this is what you would use if you've got a sour tummy that's keeping you home from your visit to Hogsmeade. Use this magic roller recipe for some quick relief. 10 to 15 drops of digize, and then add in 5 drops of peppermint. So into your roller, you could just add those to the liquid carrier that you have there, and then put your roller top on. These pop off really easily when you use the lid to do it. Still have nose running issues. I was not counting on this tonight. Woo, so exciting. Okay, so 10 to 15 drops digize, 5 drops of peppermint, and then apply topically directly to your stomach. Next is to use the Nearly Headless Nick roller. He's one of my favorite ghosts that floats around Hogwarts. Nearly Headless Nick roller. If you feel like your head might explode, like Nearly Headless Nick, get it? Wink, wink. You can try this Hocus Pocus magic combo. 15 drops of Panaway and 8 drops of peppermint. There's that peppermint again. And then apply the blend to your forehead, your temples, and the back of your neck, and inhale. You can use this as needed. Guys, these make great gifts for neighbors, family, friends, people who might need a little something at the holidays, and you don't have to break the budget. You can buy 10 or a dozen rollers in a pack. You can fill them all in one fell swoop, add the essential oils from your starter kit, and introduce your friends and neighbors to this incredible product, these incredible rollers with these cute little names too. The next is the Dragon Tamer roller, because we do sometimes, women have a monthly dragon that may get a hold of us. It's hard to stay calm, so you can manage the roller coaster of emotions and keep it together during that time of the month, but not with this blend. 15 drops Dragon Time and 5 drops of lavender, and then just roll it onto your lower abdomen as needed. So you can create a Dragon Tamer roller for the woman in your life. However, if you are a man, I just exercise caution about when you present this roller, probably not when she's feeling super angry or already tense about how she's doing, and maybe you want to wait until a more appropriate time to introduce the Dragon Tamer roller. All right, so now that we've gone over some sprays, some rollers, let's talk about diffusing the situation. Aroma power. Every wizard in witch needs some aroma power to diffuse the situation. But remember earlier when we talked about the harmful effects of room sprays? Well, it's important to note that candles can rank right up there with those sprays. Many scented candles use synthetic fragrances and dyes that give off dangerous VOCs, even at room temperature. Commonly emitted VOCs related to the scent in candles include formaldehyde, petroleum distillates, limonene, alcohol, and esters. These harmful chemicals can cause health problems ranging from headaches, dizziness, and allergy symptoms to asthma attacks, respiratory tract infections, and even cancer. So instead of using your candles during this holiday season, you can plug in your diffuser instead, because then you'll be doing your lungs and your wallet a favor. Try the following diffuser blends to bring peace, knock your enemy out, conjure up beauty sleep, power yourself up with energy, and so much more. Who's ready for some more recipes? Anybody? Anybody? Okay, okay. All right, so this first one is called Nox the Nasties. If there was only a spell that could save you from those sniffles during the change of seasons or help you extinguish that nagging tickle in your throat. There may not be an incantation to chant, but this diffuser combo is pretty darn close. So 4 drops of Thieves and 2 drops of lemon. And that is considered the Nox the Nasties diffuser blend. This killer combo will have you back to your normal self in no time. Next, we have the Brave at Heart. There was a lot of conversation in the last few days about using Valor to help feel a little bit better and more settled about some of the upsetting social media posts that are going around. So perhaps you need some extra courage to face uneasy situations like saving the wizarding world. Or maybe you have to do a Zoom or a live with somebody that, or have a difficult conversation. This diffuser combo can be your secret weapon. 4 drops of Valor and 2 drops of Copaiba. Set yourself up for a successful day by putting these on first thing in the morning. These are also great to apply topically. I'll just say these could also be used in a roller blend, like we talked about earlier, and just used to apply directly to your skin as well. All right, let's talk about the Quidditch World Cup, because as you know, there are many people who are cheering on their favorite team. Many folks are celebrating last night's Dodger win of the World Series. If you're not a sports fan, that's all I got for you. Just kidding. I don't know what anybody else who just won that was real. Oh, the Phoenix Rising soccer team just won. That was pretty exciting too. Maybe you're cheering on your favorite team this weekend. Maybe it's your own kids, or perhaps it is, or perhaps it's a professional team. You can enjoy this sweet and earthy aroma while you relax on the couch with your favorite snacks and sports team. Simply combine the following and diffuse away. 2 drops lemongrass, 2 drops lavender, 2 drops geranium, 2 drops spearmint, and 2 drops tangerine. And that together is super relaxing. It's a little bit sweet and a little bit minty. So that would be a great one to diffuse if you're looking to change up your diffusing game. I feel like we're doing a lot of thieves and orange around here right now. So perhaps this one would add a variation to your home as well. All right, so the pumpkin pasties. If you are powering on your diffuser with this seasonal blend, you can turn on your fireplace and invite your friends over for a socially distanced, nice glass of pumpkin cider or some butterbeer. So you're gonna use 2 drops cinnamon bark, 2 drops cardamom, 1 drop ginger, and 3 drops Thieves. Now, I would also add that that would make a delicious tea if you were using the Vitality oils. Remember, it's the same oil in different bottles when it comes to Vitality. So keep that in mind for your records. But this would be really good with some honey and hot water to make your own essential oil tea as well. I'm curious, I know we haven't selected our first winner yet. Keep those answers coming. I will announce all 4 at the end of the night. Really glad that you're jumping on. But here's our second question for tonight. Are you a hoodie person, or do you wear shorts all year round? That's our question of our next engagement. So I'm sure you've given me great responses to the cookies or to your favorite candy or fall festival snacks. But now I'm curious if you like to throw on a sweater or a warm hoodie, or if you prefer to walk around in shorts all winter long. All right. So let's go into some potions for supporting your hair, skin, joints, and muscles with some simple recipes. So the first one is called the Episky Rub. So this is for muscle support after a long day of fighting evil and waving your wand. All right, here's this one. You'll need some sort of container. I like to actually reuse some of the Young Living containers, especially the ones like that the body butter came in last year, as well as if you use up your wolfberry eye cream, that's another good tub to use. But they maybe your lip balm, your lip, what is it called? The poppy seed lip scrub. When that's empty, you could use these as a reusable tool as well. 1 cup of coconut oil. This time you wouldn't use fractionated, you would use the thicker stuff. Add in panaway, peppermint, and frankincense. Once you have whipped the coconut oil with those essential oils, then you can rub onto sore muscles as needed. That probably feels really nice after a hard day outside doing yard work or preparing winter grass. A lot of people are doing that around here right now. Let's talk about the skin maybe your skin needing a little support, getting your skin mended from furunculus, which is the pimple jinx. You're going to use a little bit of witch hazel, and then you're going to add in purification, frankincense, and lavender. And when you use these oils together to support your face, you've essentially created your own toner for your face. You can also use the Art Skin Toner, but using witch hazel with these essential oils will also give that same effect of cleaning your skin well. And then you just need to follow up with your favorite moisturizer. Next, we're almost finished, and then I'm going to turn things over to Jerry. I think he's just about ready. He's been preparing a lovely presentation for you, and we'll take turns. But here's flu powder. This is what I could have used tonight when you have a little wizard cap hair. Try this easy DIY dry shampoo to help tame the beast. Start with arrowroot powder and cocoa powder if you have darker colored hair, because otherwise the arrowroot powder will just leave kind of a whitish gray flaking kind of sensation on your head, which works for John, but not maybe for the rest of you. So, so just make sure you're adding a little bit of cocoa powder or other spice that will help with the darker roots of your color. You can use an old makeup brush to apply directly to the roots at night and rub it in, and then just brush out any remaining powder in the next morning, and you can style as usual. When you add lavender or rosemary essential oil, you're also enhancing your hair follicles and giving them a little boost overnight as well. Now, I'm curious, I see that you're commenting, so that's awesome. I'm curious, what type of potion do you think you'll start with? This is not a question for a giveaway. This is just after the beginning of this Harry Potter video, who's somebody that you could gift one of these ideas to, and which one do you need for yourself? I think one of the things that I love about classes like this is it gives us ideas for how easy it is to share, especially if someone has an interest in this particular world of the wizarding world of Harry Potter. This speaks their language. It's kind of Halloween-esque. It's super easy to throw something together in the next few days. And instead of maybe your neighborhood isn't trick-or-treating this year, and so you do something different where you make up some little bags and put some treats in them to send to your neighbors with a little bit of essential oil knowledge and know-how to them. So this is kind of the beginning part of our potions and brews class. Jerry's going to be here in a minute to deliver the rest of our brews class. So if you have not gotten your beverage yet, you can go grab your beverage. I'm going to have to find mine as well. Jerry, you're going to jump in where I am, I think, unless I'm going to flip this around. You're going to jump here. Am I going to be your prop girl and bring some things over to you too? It looks like you should see on the other side of this table, you would expect it to be this, right? This is just the extra wine stash that doesn't fit in the cabinet right now, okay? Let's be honest. The rest of what he's gonna present is in front of me instead, and I think you're gonna like what he has to offer tonight, especially if you're a beer drinker or have beer drinkers in your life. Do take out your notes and get started. Jerry, are we also gonna have a PB number for them to text by the end of tonight, maybe? Could we, and have it ready tomorrow? They could text something maybe later. Okay, yeah. Okay, we'll figure that out. And then because we want to make sure you get those recipes that we just gave out, and don't want you to lose sight of those. All right, without further ado, I have turned Jerry into, come on, a German Oktoberfest.
Oh, yeah. Hey, good to see everybody. Oh, hey, welcome. Hey, it's October. Hey, get your beers. Let's go, okay?
It is dinner time.
Hey, Fraulein, move it. We got to get this going.
Okay, all right. Go.
Am I still in your ear?
No, you're not.
Okay, cool. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Oh, my God, somebody fine. Oh, look. Oh, I love you guys. Good to see you. I had to dress up for the occasion since October is almost over, and this is my favorite time of year. So I'm going to talk about beer. I didn't mean to make that rhyme, but it did, so I'm going to go with it. So that's awesome. Thanks for being here so much. I'm going to talk a little bit about beer and a little bit of wine and something else that's been a favorite of a lot of people in the last year or so. So I have some notes because I had a couple beers before I started. All right. So did you know? That was my serious face. Did it work? Yeah. Okay. Beer and oils. Did you know that beer has 4 main ingredients? And those 4 main ingredients in beer, hi Chris, are water, yeast, malted barley, and hops. Do any of those sound familiar? Is there any kind of parodies to the Young Living world? Hops give beer its bitterness when used early in the brewing process, and aroma when added at the end. As a bonus, hops contain 3 major essential oil compounds that act as natural preservatives and extend the life of the beer. I'm terrible at reading this stuff because it's not in my native language. Myrcene, also found in thyme and rosemary. Humulene, which is also found in cannabis, hemp. And caryophyllene, also found in clove. You see how they have a little bit of parody? All right, enough talky. Let's try some drinky, okay? So I did a lot of testing on this over the last couple of years just to make sure that I get them perfect. So I'll get my Fraulein assistant to hand me the first glass and beer and an oil that goes with it.
You have an opener over there?
It's right next to you.
Wow, you're so with it.
Yeah. Woo. So today, this first beer is brought to you by Arizona Brewery Tours.
They're not paying us for that.
Oh, okay. They're not paying us for this. So I'm going to talk about a couple different kinds of beer because people like different beers, and I have found that a lot of people just don't choose to drink beer, or they're a little bit scared to try different beers. So some of the ones that I have on my sheet here, you can see my cool little paper here with beer and oils. The breakdowns are, we have lagers, ales, pilsners, ambers, wheats, stouts, and I'm just going to talk about a few of them today. Because I only have a few of them here, because she wouldn't let me buy any more beer because we have cases and cases of beer that I slung across the country in an RV earlier this year. So a couple of things. I worked with some pairings and tried to figure out what was the best oil to help complement a certain beer. So what I found is Pilsners, which I'm actually going to do that in a second. So I'm going to do ambers first. So I'm going to use a Fat Tire Amber.
You realize whatever you open, you have to consume.
Did you hear that, guys? Whatever I open, I have to consume. Woo! Let's go. What I will say is the potency of the Thieves Vitality and also all of the Young Living Vitality oils is that it's very, very strong. We have a tendency to add things to recipes and stuff like that. Like you're using, like if you're gonna add lemon to a chicken, you put a ton of it on there, right? Here you only need 1 drop. And I caution you on some of them more than others. So for this one being an amber, I'm going to use the Thieves Oil. Did you hand me the Thieves Oil? Yes. So here's the Thieves Vitality. So good. So I better try it first so I know what it tastes like, right? Yeah, that's good. So this is an amber. And what I found with the Thieves, you just add 1 drop to about a 12-ounce glass. When you get into the citrus oil ones, the grapefruit, citrus fresh, orange, grapefruit, all those, I would almost caution to put it like 1 full drop into 1 glass. It's a little overpowering. So you can use and figure out what works for you. One trick that I have used is that if you get a little oil kind of built up on the side, you can use a toothpick and just kind of swirl it around the end, and you'll have enough on there to just kind of swirl it into your beer, and that is enough for 1 full beer. But for Thieves, I'm just gonna put a whole drop right in, drop and a half. Babe, do you have some stirrer? Right
Sure.
there, right there. Thank you. All right, little pineapple guy. So you wanna stir it up, not too crazy. You don't want to make your beer flat. But just with Thieves taste in there, it completely changes the whole beer. So if amber beer is what you have available and it's not something that you really like because it seems a little thick or heavy, try the Thieves in there. This is awesome. It has that, I don't know how to really explain that, kind of that cinnamon type taste to it, but it's really, really good. So I'm gonna put this one in the fridge and drink this one later. I like it, I like it. So amber beers, sweet from excess malt, and they have that, surprise, an amber color to them. So adding Thieves is the perfect match, which I've found. Now, you feel free to try some of the other ones in your own combinations. This is the formula that I found is the best for me. And I have tried with extra drops and not that many drops. And I also do not recommend putting a lot of oil in there unless you really, really love one of the Vitality oils. Here you go, ma'am. All right, so the next one we're gonna talk about is,
Ooh.
see, I got her working over here. She's running around. All right, so this one's gonna be brought to you by, this is Lakefront Brewery. This is one of my favorite brewers in the Milwaukee area. And when you go on a tour, they give you these great glasses and say you're a Wisconsinite. That's me, also German. All right, so we're going to go for a lager here. This is from another, actually a Wisconsin plug. This is from New Glarus. Just love that sound, huh? We can do it all October. Oh, all right, here we go. Here comes the oil. So for a lager like this, it's kind of a lighter beer, and also can use for, let's see, there's Pilsners, lagers. You can use each of these, and I make some notes here so I don't forget. And also for wheat beers is really good too. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use a lemon oil on this one. I like to recommend when you do these tastings that you invite a couple of friends over, especially someone like myself or John. We would love to come over and help you drink some of your beers anytime you want, or to your local tap room. Oh, isn't that nice? So now we have to try it first to make sure that you have your palate cleansed. It's like a little piece of ginger.
There's nothing like a little piece of ginger.
The Fraulein thinks she knows more about the beer. She does not know. That is really tasty by itself. So adding some oils to it, it's gonna actually, I never added lemon to this one, but I've done orange and grapefruit before. So we're gonna go with lemon. Again, with any of the citrus ones, they are a little bit overpowering. So as soon as it starts to drip is when you pull back so you don't get 2 drops. And now I use my little swirly. We don't have these over where I'm from. Swirly, swirly.
Little pineapple swirly.
We don't have pineapple swirlies where I come from. Okay, so now we have this. So a Pilsner is a straw-colored, highly carbonated, low in alcohol. So a lot of your light beers that are in the 3 to 5 range, thank you, that helps. 3 to 5% range fall in this. The light beer are the ones that most people choose because it doesn't fill you up too much, and usually they're under 100 calories. This one is probably a little bit more because this is a really good one. Wow. Okay, so this completely changes it, and this is an amazing beer. Ange, come in and try this one. She's flying around. Here we are.
Cheers.
Cheers. That has 1 drop of lemon for a light beer.
Oh, that's really good.
It completely changes the taste altogether.
Yeah.
It makes it taste like one of those fruity beers that the girls like so much.
Perfect. I'll take this one to the kitchen
I
and
knew
wait
it.
for you over there.
Okay, sounds good. A few other beers that I didn't actually prepare tonight were a wheat beer, which are kind of the yellowish colored ones. It says pale, highly carbonated, commonly fruity beers, something that has kind of an orangish taste to it or a lemon taste. For that, I like to use like a citrus fresh or a grapefruit to complement it. If you've ever tried like a Blue Moon or something like that, that kind of sort of falls in the wheat beer category, but people always add just a big orange slice to it and squeeze it in there for that acidity. I found that if you use citrus fresh as my favorite one or grapefruit in there, in any of those, it actually does a really, really good job. Another one I don't have today is a stout. So there are different kinds of stouts. A stout is roasted, non-malted, sweet with a caramel aroma, but there are different kinds of stouts. The one that I like the best is an oatmeal stout, and I feel like they're kind of a heavier beer. They're really, really dark. They have almost like a coffee-ish type taste to them. 2 things that I really like with that, and I was scared to try the first one. The one that I had heard was you tried Black Pepper Vitality. I think I have one of those here, but I actually don't have a stout. But a Black Pepper Vitality in there is just an amazing taste. It changes it up and it makes it a really, really smooth and a little bit lighter. And then when I taught this class at a local pub last year when we were allowed to gather together, I did peppermint, 1 drop of peppermint, but I did an entire pitcher. So I took a pitcher, which is about 4 pints, and I put 1 drop of peppermint in the entire thing, swirled it around and poured that into 4 separate cups for me and my buds. And it is an awesome treat. It tastes like a dessert. So having that, and also what else was nice about that is the peppermint is really soothing. So I didn't feel extra full, which you would normally get from a stout. So kind of that fullness of like a coffee or kind of a thick beer, it really did a good job of kind of cutting it up. Sorry, my hair is getting out of in my face. All right, and then I'm gonna do 2 more here. As soon as Vanna comes back, she can hand me the next one. Oh, here comes Vanna. Sorry, she just handed me the beer of beers. So this is also brought to you by Lakefront Brewery, but this beer is actually called Spotted Cow. This is the most amazing beer in the history of the world. If you follow my Facebook, you will see that on there. Yes, I know, isn't that right? You wouldn't guess this one. So Ange just kind of questioned me on if I had the right pairing with the right oil. So for this, Spotted Cow is a light beer, a light beer. So this one, all the way from the light beers to the pale ales, which are maybe in the IPA category, have that extra hoppy taste, a little bitter. Some people don't like that. I'm personally not a IPA bitter fan. So I actually don't have any of those IPAs. But from the light side of it, this is Spotted Cow, which Spotted Cow is only sold in 1 state. And so that's why we had to drive 2,000 miles to get it so that we could have it for our wedding that we had here. There's gonna be a lot of beer getting drunk here later on. and there's a fly in my soup, ma'am. All right, so you can see this is a lighter beer and this is delicious. This beer, the reason why I like it is it's unfiltered, and just like a lot of things, like Young Living, they distill and distill and get the process down to they have the purest oil. With almost all regular beers that are on the market, they say cold filtered or filtered. They filter it down so they get all the hops and yeast and barley and everything out all the way. But this beer actually keeps some of the yeast in there, and it adds an extra flavor for consuming for the beer. So it's really, really nice. The one that I'm going to add to this that I think was a little surprising to Ange is that I'm adding in Copaiba. Copaiba is one of my favorite oils that I think smells like absolutely nothing, but I take it in my Vitality drops in the mornings, and I put it in my Ningxia Red, and it actually enhances the flavor. But it does a really good thing to a light beer like this. So just one drop of Copaiba. Swirly, swirly stick. Oh, I'm so glad everyone's jumping on. Are we going to have other questions that we're asking?
You're going to ask a question right now, I think, about like their favorite beer, maybe.
Yeah, so that's what I want to write. What is your favorite adult beverage that you like? Like if you had your choice of one to sit down with a good friend in a nice patio and enjoy like on a summer day. I know it's a little bit more detailed about what I was first asking, but this way you can actually picture yourself sitting there, relaxing, having a nice beverage. So just put in the comments what your favorite ones are for that. I'll take a look in a little bit. And but let me try this one here that I have to add the Copaiba. I don't know how to explain it. It highlights or it heightens the initial taste, which a light beer is pretty mellow and then has kind of like a finishing. This has like a full flavor all the way through. It's pretty awesome. We're going to try a few of these later. All right, and then for a separate bonus edition today, we're going to do something a little different. Oh yeah, I got some coming in there. Andre, like old fashions. Ooh, the old fashions are one of my favorite. Also, a very German. All right, so let's see, ma'am. Oh, you have a separate container? No, not that. Just a regular glass, please.
Oh, come on. You can't put this in a regular glass. Nice.
Oh, this one is brought to you by Hard Rock Cafe. Do you guys remember these? They were all over the world and people would gather and all that different stuff. But today we're going to do one of these Seltzer beers. This one is grapefruit. And we're going to try this because people love these. But there's certain ones that I don't choose very often. And this is how I stumbled upon this one. This one is grapefruit. Some of the lemon, lime, grapefruit type hard seltzers that people have are a little too bubbly and acidic for me. So I like to, it seems opposite, but what I like to do is actually add a citrus oil to it. Look at that, it's like a glass of water. And it smells really good. But what I like to do is I actually use an orange or a citrus fresh to put in there because it, like I said, it's a little overpowering for me, some of the flavors. And the girls probably love this more than the guys, but I could drink a dozen of these at the pool. All right, orange. There we go. Swirly stick that I just threw on the ground.
That's right, I got you.
I would like a backup swirly stick, please.
I'm gonna go for a toucan.
Oh, it's a toucan. Like you can try this at home with the toucan. I like it. I just like to make her laugh over here. It's great. Yeah. That is so much better than it was before. So if you can stomach some of these seltzer beers that are going around right now and they're ever so popular.
Hello, wait a minute. I have to interrupt for a second. The seltzer beers are really popular because they're only 100 calories. All right. So you can knock them all you want.
95 calories.
Yeah, I don't know. They're just light. They're easy you throw some ice in with them. It's a great little light beverage. Agree. So it is a great option. But yeah, I agree. Adding an essential oil, one of our Vitality citrus oils, is one of the best things you can do to enhance the flavor. I will note though, you've given some really good information. None of the I would say, just to clarify, that there are no health promoting qualities about adding essential oils to your alcohol. All right. So like it tastes good. It enhances the flavor. It changes it in some respects, but it's not going to make you healthier because you're adding essential oils to it.
But if a beer makes you sick to your stomach and you add an oil to it, now you healthily can have 3 or 4. See? You see what I did there?
I see what you did there.
Different kind of healthy. I think
I
it's
like it. I like
healthy,
it. I
yes.
like it.
So,
Oh, you're
thank you
so
so
good,
much.
babe. So in wrapping up,
Yeah,
are we wrapping up?
I'm wrapping up.
I hope you have learned so much tonight.
I have a dance to get to.
Oh, we're going to a dance?
Nope, just me.
Yeah. I don't get to come along with my cute beanie?
Yeah, no, they don't
No.
like to let all the nerds in. They only let the beer guys in. It's really good like that. She is the nerd in our relationship. I know that you guys probably didn't know that until now, but thank you so much. So I'll leave you with that.
No, you're going to stay right here for a second. We're going to close out together because we've got to pick our winners. And we have to go through all these comments before we do it. So we'll actually pick the winners. I know, and there's a bunch on Facebook too. So we'll pick the winners and then we'll post it in the live video recording in Facebook so that you can go and see who won after this whole thing is over. We're so glad that you guys joined us tonight for Potions and Brews, courtesy of Ange and Jerry. We thought this was a great kind of holiday-esque sort of offering, something a little outside the box. Tomorrow night, Andrea is going to be teaching an introduction to essential oils. You can find that as a public event listed in the lifestyle files of this group. And then coming up, next week, I'll be teaching Aroma Freedom on Wednesday night. We're actually going to show you a new technique with the Aroma Freedom training called the Doomsday Technique. So you can come and be part of Wednesday night's Aroma Freedom. Jerry will be back for a reprise, I'm sure, sometime in his lederhosen. Right now, we're going to go make the most of the alcohol that's just been poured here and have some dinner. Y'all have an amazing evening. Thanks so much again for joining us. Prost. Cheers. Cheers. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.